and you want to make sure that you're ready.
He had a great quote that said, "Rest at the end, not in the middle." And that's something I always live by. I'm not going to rest, I'm going to keep on pushing now. There are a lot of answers that I don't have, even questions that I don't have. But I'm just going to keep going.
Have a good time. Enjoy life. Life is too short to get bogged down, to be discouraged. You have to keep moving. You have to keep going. Put one foot in front of the other, smile, and just keep on rolling.
My philosophy was a very simple one. Okay, I made a promise to myself that I was going to work that hard every single day so that when I do retire, I have no regrets. And that was the most important thing for me, is to leave no stone unturned, get better every single day. And if I lived that way, then over time, I'd have something that was beautiful. If you live your life to just get better every single day, and do that for 20 years, what do you have?
Is how do you negotiate with yourself? When we talk about the mental side of it, like the thoughts that happen in your mind when you're going through a competitive situation or you're facing a tight deadline, you talk yourself out of it. Do you say, okay, well, it won't be a big deal if I don't do it, or I don't have to get up on a Tuesday morning to go ahead and hit the track. What does this day really mean? Like when you have those conversations with yourself, are you able to negotiate your way out of that little voice telling you it's not that important? Or does that little voice get the best of you? I think that's what separates people who go on to do great things versus people who don't.
If you're going to do something, do it to the best of your ability. No matter what it is, if you're going to do it to the best of your ability. Like when you find that thing that you love, then life makes sense. You wake up in the morning and life makes sense. Like you have to figure out what it is that you really want to do. Like wake up in the morning and say, I'm excited to go do this. But when you find what it is that you love to do, then you wake up every morning with a sense of purpose. If you love what you do and it's making you happy, all the hard work and perseverance will pay off.
Yeah, that's the trick, isn't it? It's finding what you love to do. I wake up in the morning excited to get to it. And if you have that feeling, then you're truly doing what God has put you on this earth to do.
I don't negotiate with myself. I told myself at 13 that I want to be one of the greatest who have ever played. That's the deal I made. I shook hands with myself. That is the deal. That is the contract. That is non-negotiable. I was on the track at like 4:30 a.m. In the middle of it, I'm thinking to myself, man, my legs are really tired. They're really hurting. And then I thought to myself, well, what would a quitter do? Would they just stop right now? Like, how does that work? Like, if I just stop right now, what would that feel like? Is that why fuckers always get second place? But I want to tell you guys something. When you have a dream, the one thing you have to watch out for are those out there that will try to crush your dream. And you cannot allow that to happen. That is your biggest challenge. So I challenge you to have your dream, go after it with all you have, and be legendary in your own right.
The confidence comes from preparation. So when the game's on the line, I'm not asking myself to do something that I haven't done thousands of times before. Right? And so in those moments, if it looks like I'm ice cold or not nervous, it's because I've done it thousands of times before. So what's one more time?
The key factor for me wasn't whether or not I was ready. It was the fact that if I wasn't ready, I was determined to figure out how to get ready. And ultimately, even if I was ready, I still need to improve anyway, right? So the work's not going to stop.
The message is always to go out there and dominate. There's no let up. Once the game starts and once the practice begins, you're in that mode. Everything's a game 7. And when you approach every practice, every game with that kind of mentality, it bleeds into the rest of the guys. And then the rest of the unit has that same approach and that same intensity, but it starts at the top.
The most important thing is that you become the best version of yourself. That is the key. Get better every single day. Are you better today than you were yesterday? If the answer is yes, then you're on the right track. That's Mamba mentality. Get better every single day.
Because sometimes, your body just hurts, your legs hurt, and they're sore. But that's how you get better. The only way that you can get better is by pushing yourself beyond what you believe you're capable of doing.
At the end of every day, you look yourself in the mirror and you ask yourself, did I get better today? If the answer is yes, and you do that for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, how much better are you going to be? Are you getting better every single day? That's the question. And it's just taking small steps. You don't try to get it all done in one day, in 1 week, in 1 year. It's the process of getting better every day and doing that for a period of years that then create the masterpiece.
It doesn't matter if I'm saved. It doesn't matter if I have a sprained ankle. The kid that's sitting in there might be the next me sitting up there watching and trying to get inspiration from that. I need to go out there and play.
That is my message. Don't look at what I did, but look at how I did it, right? The how. And then you can really transfer that over to any profession, any discipline. That's Mamba mentality.